everybody, it's Lon.TV with an update on our gaming PC build. I definitely want to thank everybody for their suggestions after the weekly wrap-up that was just posted like yesterday or the day before. I had so much great feedback. I could spend an hour thanking all of you for all the great tips you provided. So I've been putting together kind of a list of what I'd like to build on this little project here. I think what I'm going to do too, by the way, is have like a live stream when all the stuff comes in so we can all kind of build it together and see how it performs when it arrives. But before I order all this stuff, I wanted to throw it out there and see what you all thought of it. You can go to Lon.TV/PC build to see this and comment on it, or you can just leave some comments in the comments below. So the first thing was I think I'm going to go with the Gigabyte GeForce 970, and my target resolution is really like 1920 by 1080, but I might get one of those 1440 27-inch monitors for this thing eventually, so I want to leave a little bit of wiggle room, and from what I've been reading, the 970 is kind of the sweet spot. So I'll show you what that one looks like here. This is the Newegg link to it. So it's got 3 fans. They said it's relatively quiet compared to some of the other video cards of this class. So this is pretty beefy looking right here. Look at the size of those fans, but they, because there's more of them, I guess they can cool it off with a little less sound. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM on board too, so I think that one might do pretty well. I'm also looking at an Asus motherboard. This is the Z97 Pro. I've been using Asus motherboards for a long time. You know, I've been building PCs off and on over the years, and I've never had a bad Asus board. You know, back even when I was doing like Pentium 2s and stuff, I always went for their stuff. So just a little brand loyalty there. So I think this is the board I'm going to settle on. Now, a lot of you had talked about the fact that I don't really need an i7 processor for game playing, and I would probably agree with you. I actually wasn't even aware of the fact that games really aren't taking advantage of everything Intel is throwing at them at the moment, which is surprising given you know, how much power is in these things. But I guess there's, you know, really the GPU is more the bottleneck now than the processor is. But I do a lot of video work, and I'd like to have the flexibility of a powerful i7 device available to me. So this is the processor I'm looking at here, the 4790K. So if this one looks good to you, definitely let me know. It's the #1 bestseller, so it's got to be pretty popular out there these days. So that's the chip I'm looking at. As far as the CPU cooler goes, this one from Cooler Master for 33 bucks looks like it'll fit the bill, so I think I'm probably going to go with that one. Hopefully we'll find one that's in stock. If not, I'll get one that is in stock. From the RAM, you know, a lot of folks said 8 gigs is enough, which is probably fine. I like to have 16, again, because if I'm going to do some video work on it or something, I'd like to have a little bit of wiggle room on the memory side. So Corsair's got this little set here, 2 8 gigabyte modules for 160 bucks. I can't believe, like, I used to spend, you know, probably hundreds of dollars on like 4 or 8 megabytes back in the early 90s. So this is pretty cool to get this much RAM that cheap. I'd love to get some feedback on the Corsair RAM here, so we'll do that. Rosewill's got a pretty adequate power supply. I think this is a 650 watt power supply for about 85 bucks from Amazon. Maybe I can find it cheaper somewhere else, but this is the one I'm looking at for the power side of things. Not much to look at there. It's a nice looking power supply with a lot of plugs on it. So hopefully that will work. And then the case, you know, I would love to have something compact, but I think we've got heat problems with all this stuff I'm putting in. So I think I'm going to go with like a mid-tower like this one here from Corsair also. It looks pretty good. 70 bucks on Amazon, so I think I'll take a look at that. For a hard drive, I have a SanDisk Extreme 480, which I already have, so I'm going to use that one. I've been using it for recording, but I've got 2 other drives that I can use as well, so this is probably just better used inside a PC. So this is a really nice drive, 480 gigabytes, solid state, very fast, but it's also got a 10-year warranty on it. So I think you know, you really can't go wrong with that. I mean, it'll last me longer than the PC will last. So so that's kind of the basic build that I'm looking at. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'll give it a day or two, and then I'll start pulling the trigger on getting some of these components in. And then once I have an idea of when everything is showing up, we can schedule the live stream and we can build the PC together in real time. Looking forward to having a fun project to do with all of you. This is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.